So let's begin our meditation by bringing awareness to your physical body. Just checking in within the body for any tension and or tightness that may be present. And we'll do that by scanning the body from head to toe, beginning with your head, face, neck, shoulders, arms, hands, and fingers, upper body, chest, and abdomen, upper and lower back, scanning your lower body, pelvic area, thighs, knees, calves, feet, and toes. And if you access tension, tightness, disturbance of any kind, bring awareness into that. Rather than pushing it away, bring awareness to that. And now consciously softening the energy throughout your body, relaxing the energy throughout your body, and where possible, releasing the tension, tightness, just letting it go. Now let's turn our attention inward, beyond the physical body, beyond the thinking mind, to the place of the observer, the experiencer, the one who notices all of this, the one who notices tension, tightness, pain. And just knowing and noticing that this exploration of self is interwoven with the unfolding of your life, of life's natural ups and downs. Give us the potential for great personal growth, but it can also create fear, much of which is dependent upon how you view change. Notice how change can be viewed as either exciting, growth opportunity, fearful, frightening, and at times either or. Indeed, knowing that the truth is we must all face the fact that change is the very nature of life. If you notice times of fear, change becomes something to avoid. You won't like change. Attempt to create a world around you that's controllable, predictable, definable. A world that will not stimulate your fear. Notice how fear does not want to feel itself. Fear is actually afraid of itself. That's why you manipulate the mind for the purpose of not feeling fear. Now let's for a moment look at fear. How it's just another object in the universe that you, the experiencer, are capable of experiencing. You can recognize that you have it and work to let it go, to release it. Or you can keep it and try to hide from it. How times in your life where you ended up keeping fear, trying to prevent things from happening that would stimulate it. Times in your life where you attempted to create safety and control by defining how life needs to be in order for you to be okay. Notice how this may sound safe, but it's not. When you do this, the world becomes threatening. That feeling, that emotion, that thought that it's me against the world. Contemplating that when you have fear, insecurity inside of you, the tendency is to attempt to keep it from being stimulated. And yet there inevitably will be events and changes in life that challenge those efforts. How you feel that you're struggling with life. How friends, family is not behaving the way they should. Events are not unfolding the way you want. You look at your past, see situations as disturbing. Looking forward in the future, you can see things as potential problems. Your very definition of desirable and undesirable, of good and bad, all come about because you have defined how things need to be in order for you to be okay. All human beings know that we're doing this. Yet many do not question it ever. The thought that you're supposed to figure out how life should be and then make it that way. Yet once you begin to look deeper, question why you need the events of life to be a particular way, you begin to question this assumption. Questioning, contemplating, how did we come up with the notion that life is not okay just the way it is, unfolding exactly as it is, or the assumption that it won't be okay the way that it will be. A thought that life is not okay when it's naturally unfolding. The answer is fear. The part of you inside that's not okay with itself. Cannot face the natural unfolding of life because it's not under your control. How life, if it unfolds in a way that stimulates your inner problems, then by definition, it's not okay. Comes down to this simple fact. That which does not disturb you is okay, and that which does disturb you is not okay. Notice, bring awareness, attention to how you define the entire scope of your outer experience based upon your inner problems. To grow spiritually, the commitment is to change that. How, if you define creation simply based upon the most messed up part of your being, what do you expect creation to look like? It's going to look like a mess. And yet, as you grow spiritually, you will realize that attempts to protect yourself from your problems simply create more problems. Your attempt to arrange people, places, and things so that they will not disturb you, that begins to feel like life is against you. And life is a struggle. Every day is heavy because you have to control and fight with everything. That brings with it competition, jealousy, fear, feeling that anyone at any moment could cause you disturbance by simply saying or doing one thing. Next thing you know, there's disturbance inside of you. Life becomes a threat. Why you worry so much? Why all of this dialogue is going on inside your mind? You're trying to figure out how to keep things from happening, or trying to figure out what to do because they did happen. Notice, bring awareness to how you are fighting with creation itself. And in that process, making creation the most frightening thing in your life. Now let's bring awareness to the alternative. You decide not to fight with life. You realize and accept that life is not under your control. Life is continuously changing. If you try to control it, you'll never be able to fully live it. You'll be afraid of it. And yet, once you decide not to fight with life, you'll also have to face the fear that was causing you to fight in the first place. No, you do not have to keep this fear inside of you. There truly is the ability to live life without fear. Again, when you have fear, events invariably stimulate it. Life creates situations that push you to your edges, all with the effect of removing what is blocked inside of you. That which is blocked and buried within you forms the root of fear. Fear is caused by blockages in the flow of your energy. It becomes susceptible to lower vibrations. One of the lowest of all vibrations is fear. It's the root of prejudice, negative emotion, anger, jealousy, possessiveness. Without fear, you could be perfectly happy living in this world. No thing would bother you. Willing to face everyone and everything because you would not have fear inside of you that could cause disturbance. The purpose of our spiritual path, the purpose of your spiritual evolution is to remove the blockages that cause you fear. You are becoming, you already are, wise enough to realize you do not want that stuff inside of you. Does not matter who stimulated it. It does not matter what situation hits it. It does not matter whether it makes sense or whether it seems fair, just, or not. The wisdom to know the difference. Rather than trying to justify keeping the fear. True great spiritual growth, you will realize that keeping your stuff is simply keeping you trapped. Notice how you want out at any cost. The realization that life is actually trying to help you. Life is surrounding you with people, with situations that stimulate growth. You do not have to decide who is right or wrong. You do not have to worry about other people's issues. Simply have to be willing to open your heart in the face of anything and everything and permit the purification process to take place. Now let's spend a moment regrouping this meditation as we return to a moment of silence.